guys, it's Kia from Petals Bath Boutique, and I'm going to do a quick cutting video. This is for Forever Red. I believe this is a Bath and Body Works dupe. I'm not sure, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep that name or not. But I did it last year, like a small tester batch last year for February. So it smells so good and it did so well, so I decided to do it again in just a larger batch. And the colors here are cream, white, black, and red. This cream portion is white right now, but I'm pretty sure it's going to discolor to a darker color. Last year I didn't put, I think I was going to leave it natural, and so it turned sort of like a beige color. This year I added titanium dioxide to it, so we'll see what happens, whether or not it's going to stay that cream color or if it's going to go darker. And I called myself making a video for this. I had the camera set and everything, but I guess I forgot to push the record button, and the whole thing's not there. But it's a little bit disappointing. I wanted to do a full video. I'm trying to do more making videos this year. Share a little bit more of that side rather than just the cutting videos. And actually, this is so funny. This particular swirl, back in, I want to say it was like January of 2014, I had done a bunch of soaps for my midwinter release, and it was my first time using a tall skinny mold. And I was trying to do like my swirls. I had designed out the swirl, like what I wanted to do and everything. And what I wound up with instead were like that butterfly swirl effect, and that wasn't what I was going for. And I was actually pretty upset about it because that wasn't what I wanted. And so I started trying to find ways to modify how I swirl my soap so that I could get this effect. But when I tried to do this last year, I kept getting butterflies. And it's I wanted to show like how I did. And it's funny because this time I was actually trying to do a butterfly and wound up with what I wanted last year, if that makes sense at all. I was trying to demonstrate how to, I noticed, you know, people were doing the butterfly swirl more. What's her name? Is it Shahida? Sorry, forgive me. From Handmade in Florida has really made that swirl kind of popular. Like, she's really perfected that with her, you know, with the hanger. But I've stated in other videos, you know, I'm no good with the hanger. I suck with the hanger. And the first time I'd ever seen a hanger swirl, I didn't even know that that was done with a hanger. I was just staring at the picture trying to figure out how, you know, that dragging of the colors up and down was accomplished. And I had been working on swirling with a skewer. So I figured that's what the person had done. So I learned to do that with a skewer as opposed to a hanger. And then I found out, like, man, like a year later, that everyone was doing that with a hanger. And so I've just gotten really good at achieving the looks that I want with a skewer. I am horrible with a hanger. So the first time, like, I did breakfast at Tiffany's, and I'll put a picture like here. This was also back in January of 2014, and that was a total accident. That's not the look I was going for. I wanted the swirls kind of how they are here, to be coming from the bottom and then also to be coming from the top. And whatever I had done caused it to, doing the circles, had caused it to do that butterfly thing instead. And I kind of wanted to give a tip on, you know, those that are struggling with that particular swirl. I noticed most people are doing it with a hanger. I haven't seen anyone do it with a skewer yet. But first of all, something I noticed about doing the butterfly effect, for me, how I achieved it in the first place was because I had switched to the tall skinny mold. And I think it has something to do maybe with that limited space that you have, forcing the colors to the side as opposed to through the center of the bar. hoping to share that. Okay, Sarah, right? Guess I'll go ahead and cut Flirt while I'm doing this video. It's funny, you try to get one thing and wind up with another, and then try to duplicate it and can't. Alright. So this is Flirt. This will be my, third year doing this. Pretty popular floral type scent. I'm not a huge fan of florals, but for those that are, they tend to really like this one. And I soaped all of these last night. Usually I soap during the day, but for some reason lately I've been soaping at night. And I actually find it's easier. I don't have to worry about, I have to get a certain amount done before lunch because I have to go upstairs and make the boys lunch, or if I start in the afternoon, I have to stop and go make dinner, and when I have the kitchen clear, so when they're in there, I'm not in there washing my soap dishes. And last night the boys were in bed. I didn't come down until after they had had dinner and was settling down for the night. And it actually it was a lot more peaceful for me to soap that way. So this will be a white base and has a two-tone pink swirl. And then for the most part, I think this is going to be it for my midwinter release. I don't know if I want to keep calling them releases, because this year, we talked about it at the end of last year, Brandon and I say this every year, but I really want to try to do some markets this year. So for all of my, the most popular soaps, I'm going to try to keep those in the shop all year round. Not release OMH, with a release. That should just always be in the shop. So certain soaps like that, Achilles Bay and Moonwater, I think I'm just going to carry all year round. And then do smaller batches, small releases, for the different holidays and stuff like that. I think that might just be a little bit easier. And you start soaping because it's it's something you kind of became obsessed with and you love it. And for me, it is a little bit more than a hobby. I do want to make money. I want to open a store one day. But, at the same time, you don't want to get so, it starts to become so much like work that you don't enjoy doing it anymore. Or you feel so much pressure that it kind of takes the joy out of your work. And I feel like I'm not as creative that way. So I figured just get all of the main batches out of the way, and then I can spend the rest of the year just kind of having fun. So for the most part, I have everything done that I want to do for Valentine's Day, and then everything after this will just because I feel like making soap, I get an idea and just want to play with it. I feel like I'm rambling here about nothing. I don't know why I'm so afraid to do the markets. I say it every year, I'm going to try to do it, and then kind of come up with some excuse for why I can't do it. And I'll go and visit the different farmers markets and flea markets and stuff like that and see what they have. And they do occasionally have other soapers, but not soapers selling like what I make. If they do cold processed soap, it's not like, I don't know if this is, I think this is what would be considered like artisan soap. Sort of fancy, fun soap, but cold process. They kind of do more just uncolored, natural, kind of, old school type of soap. So they either do that or they strictly sell soap from a mountain pour base. So I think there's definitely room for me there, but always kind of psych myself out of taking the plunge and just doing it. Despite after being at this for how many? I think I'm going into my 8th year of soap making. And still that little bit of insecurity there, you know, that what I do isn't good enough or, you know, not up to par. I'm definitely my own worst critic. I'm trying to break out of that this year. And I've worked really hard to get to this point. Can't stop now. This one's going to be kind of big. Chunky. Alrighty, last bar. So probably next time I have a video, it'll be another making video. So I will see you guys then, and thanks so much for watching. Bye.